Hi, welcome back. I'm Yandra and young man next to me is Adam. Today we are in the best restaurant in the city. We have incredible topic for you.
Yeah, thank you, Yandra. That was funny. I'm old man. And we have Abdi and Nicole on the live video call. Welcome.
Hi Adam and Yandra.
Hi old man, should we begin the topic? Yes Abdi, but before the incredible topic, Yandra has an amazing question for us.
The question is, guess who was an American Muslim minister and human rights activist?
I think some of you got the answer, but to find the real answer, watch the full video.
Malcolm X, 1925 to 1965, was an American Muslim minister and human rights activist. To his admirers, he was a courageous advocate for the rights of blacks, a man who indicted white America in the harshest terms for its crimes against black Americans. Detractors accused him of preaching racism and violence. He has been called one of the greatest and most influential African Americans in history. Born May 19, 1925, Omaha, Nebraska. Died February 21, 1965, aged 39, Manhattan, New York, USA. Cause of death: assassination, multiple gunshots.
His father was killed when he was 6, and his mother was placed in a mental hospital when he was 13, after which he lived in a series of foster homes. In 1946, at age 20, he went to prison for larceny and breaking and entering. While in prison, he became a member of the Nation of Islam, NOI, changing his birth name Malcolm Little to Malcolm X because, he later wrote, Little was the name that the white slave master had imposed upon his paternal forebears. After his parole in 1952, he quickly rose to become one of the organization's most influential leaders, serving as the public face of the controversial group for a dozen years. In his autobiography, Malcolm X wrote proudly of some of the social achievements the nation made while he was a member, particularly its free drug rehabilitation program. The nation promoted black supremacy, advocated the separation of black and white Americans, and rejected the civil rights movement for its emphasis on integration. By March 1964, Malcolm X had grown disillusioned with the Nation of Islam and its leader Elijah Muhammad. Expressing many regrets about his time with them, which he had come to regard as largely wasted, he embraced Sunni Islam. After a period of travel in Africa and the Middle East, which included completing the Hajj, he also became known as El-Hajj Malik el-Shabazz. He repudiated the Nation of Islam, disavowed racism and founded Muslim Mosque, incorporated in the Organization of Afro-American Unity. He continued to emphasize Pan-Africanism, black self-determination, and black self-defense. On February 21, 1965, he was assassinated by 3 members of the Nation of Islam.
Malcolm X has been described as one of the greatest and most influential African Americans in history. He is credited with raising the self-esteem of black Americans and reconnecting them with their African heritage. He is largely responsible for the spread of Islam in the black community in the United States. Many African Americans, especially those who lived in cities in the northern and western United States, felt that Malcolm X articulated their complaints concerning inequality better than did the mainstream civil rights movement. One biographer says that by giving expression to their frustration, Malcolm X made clear the price that white America would have to pay if it did not accede to black America's legitimate demands. In the late 1960s, increasingly radical black activists based their movements largely on Malcolm X and his teachings. The Black Power movement, the Black Arts movement, and the widespread adoption of the slogan "Black is Beautiful" can all trace their roots to Malcolm X. In 1963, Malcolm X began a collaboration with Alex Haley on his life story, the autobiography of Malcolm X, 123. He told Haley, "If I'm alive when this book comes out, it will be a miracle." Haley completed and published it some months after the assassination. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, there was a resurgence of interest in his life among young people. Hip-hop groups such as Public Enemy adopted Malcolm X as an icon, and his image was displayed in hundreds of thousands of homes, offices, and schools, as well as on T-shirts and jackets. This wave peaked in 1992 with the release of the film Malcolm X, an adaptation of the autobiography of Malcolm X. In 1998, Time named the autobiography of Malcolm X one of the 10 most influential non-fiction books of the 20th century.
The house that once stood at 3448 Pinckney Street in North Omaha, Nebraska, was the first home of Malcolm Little with his birth family. The house was torn down in 1965 by new owners who did not know of its connection with Malcolm X. The site was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1984 and is now identified by a historic marker. In Lansing, Michigan, where Malcolm Little spent his early, formative years, a Michigan historical marker was erected in 1975 to mark his homicide. The city is also home to El High Malik El Shabazz Academy, a public charter school with an Afrocentric focus. The school is located in the building where Little attended elementary school. 301 in cities around the world, Malcolm X's birthday, May 19th, is commemorated as Malcolm X Day. The first known celebration of Malcolm X Day took place in Washington, D.C., in 1971. The city of Berkeley, California, has recognized Malcolm X's birthday as a citywide holiday since 1979. Many cities have renamed streets after Malcolm X. In 1987, New York Mayor Ed Koch proclaimed Lenox Avenue in Harlem to be Malcolm X Boulevard. The name of Reed Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, was changed to Malcolm X Boulevard in 1985. In 1997, Oakland Avenue in Dallas, Texas, was renamed Malcolm X Boulevard. Main Street in Lansing, Michigan, was renamed Malcolm X Street in 2010. Dozens of schools have been named after Malcolm X, including Malcolm X Shabazz High School in Newark, New Jersey, Malcolm Shabazz City High School in Madison, Wisconsin, and Malcolm X College in Chicago, Illinois. Malcolm X Liberation University, based on the Pan-Africanist ideas of Malcolm X, was founded in 1969 in North Carolina. In 1996, the first library named after Malcolm X was opened, the Malcolm X Branch Library and Performing Arts Center of the San Diego Public Library System. The U.S. Postal Service issued a Malcolm X postage stamp in 1999. In 2005, Columbia University announced the opening of the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Memorial and Educational Center. The memorial is located in the Audubon Ballroom, where Malcolm X was assassinated. Collections of Malcolm X's papers are held by the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture and the Robert W. Woodruff Library. Thank you for your time, friends. And that's it for today. Have a great day. Thank you, bye.
Bye, see you tomorrow.
Don't forget to subscribe Guess Who channel for more. Like, comment, and share.